Or maybe
So we do that.
you see if the class has a comment or a content. You get behind comment.
Oh, when I inspect it, I'm actually in a different process. That's nothing in the right session. So that doesn't explain why it's not actually stating what it needs to say. Shame. So what we'll do instead is play with our object. I'm putting it in the debugger and get the object. So the comment should have an equal one and a content of some content. This is the lovely thing about that we should be able to understand the style. Anyway, so didn't update because the record already existed. Now we have one else. Okay, so dynamics is going to sort it through the rest of the game and states my demo. So now we have our comments coming out like that, grab our comments, etc. And the last thing that we should do is make it more like a blog roll. Blog roll is kind of vertical style, not table style. So we'll do that by changing the post list. Post list has ready list on, which creates a table, and we don't really want to do that anymore, so we'll override that and save that. We put out a heading with our objects. That's title. And then we put out a div with the created on. That's that. And we put out a paragraph with the content. Take a look at that. Okay, so that's simply more like a blog roll. But we've kind of lost some of our behavior, so we're putting in the anchor here, the callback to view the object with the header inside it. So for that. Good. And then we can click on these things and get the full view. So, and we really want to be able to get links and stuff in the content. So now we have one we said nothing of that. Yeah. Well, there's the budget for today's demonstration. And the updated customer we have. Okay, so to keep the white space and it hasn't made the URL on this one. So what we'll do is take this paragraph and inside here with line breaks and URLs without that context. Yeah. So the last thing we need to play with is how easy is it to lock up some different styles on a page? Well, you should go and create a resource that is a piece of CSS that are very capable of change. If you just want to knock up stuff and experiment quickly, then you can just make the style method. So, and do something like headings, that. Yeah, there we go. There's our lovely box. These are the actual ones. Okay. So, then all that's done and testing free.
So that's it, we ship it, right?
Actually, this is probably version 2. This is when I can deal directly.
So, when all said and done, if we go back and look at our program, our model is empty, right? It's just the properties and initialized to set it up the way we use a model like a normal. In terms of database interference, there's nothing. If you want to use the active record, you've got actions on here, save and delete, you inherit an ID property, and you have stuff on the class side to do various finds. Find all, find where, find the sorts of things that you want of a model. But as a programmer actually making models, it's not getting in my way, it's not forcing me to do anything particularly tricky. And everything we did on any of the UIs, we did solely for the purpose of customizing it into something beyond just a straight CRUD application. So that's also a very good sign. So really we could have had an application that's virtually empty and we shipped it as a pure CRUD application. From here, this particular scaffolding framework and block integration, there are bugs to fix, there are features to add, new widgets for editing, integration with new frameworks, and we're also making this web velocity product, which is everything you see here without all of the stuff in Smalltalk that has nothing to do with Seaside.
So this will be value added by Cincom, right?
Yes.
They won't be backported this week, or...
I can do if they want it. I mean,
What part
works
of the active record part is backported?
Yeah, and this other bit is actually just pure Seaside stuff.
So just, okay, active record is implemented on top of More, or...
Yep.
Yes.
So on every request, all the descriptors get built.
No, just when you set up the session.
Okay.
So when
Calling it active record is really not quite misleading because it makes it sound like it works like active record.
Yes. Okay. So it still uses More underneath, and you will generate descriptors for everything that you need to map.
Yeah, it reads the schema out of the database and matches stuff up to the class in the obvious way. And it also has the advantage that if you need to do something more complicated, you can write the one mapping that's more complicated and not huge stuff.
Right, so you can still drop down to pure Glor and do all the wonderful stuff like many,
This is where we differ from Ruby on Rails.
Yeah,
when you want to get off the Rails here and do complex database mapping, Glor is there. When you want to get off the Rails and do one-thread UI stuff, Seaside is there. And when you want to get off the regular web development path, Smalltalk is there. So that is where the real differentiator comes from. Not only does it run faster, there are tools to develop it, there's a good community, but it's not a complete lock-in in terms of a methodology of building applications. So things like the scaffolding, it's just pure Seaside code, pure Glor code, pure active record code, it's all portable. Web velocity itself won't be backported because it's the product. And what it will hopefully be able to do is give you a very coherent web development environment where you're not confused between what is GUI programs, GUI tools, and web programming and web tools, old web programming tools like Wave, all that stuff will just disappear for the developer because this is all we want to present. And that's what web velocity is. So there's no kind of contention between the library we make for web velocity and Seaside.
Yeah. From our point of view, we don't want to try and crowd out and squeak Seaside. Where we would see the value add if we make people want to buy our stuff instead of using free stuff is that you have things like faster and stabler VM. You have more stable VM. You have the ability to connect to all of the other stuff that we provide. So now your web app needs to talk to web services or needs to talk to Oracle or whatever.
For basic stuff, there's nothing preventing people from developing in VisualWorks or deploying on Squid.
Right, but you might accidentally use some PWs. Then again, you're more likely to accidentally use Squid as introduced. Squid has a very extended idea of what a base model should be like, which is where the portability layer comes into that. The majority of that stuff.
This is a separate product, but in your division, I think I'm not sure if I understand what this is.
Yeah.
It's not visual.
It's not VisualWorks.
Although all of it will be included in VisualWorks, right?
Yes.
Seaside and most of the stuff is in VisualWorks.
But this is something else.
The point of it being a separate product is to try and go after a different market. For a web developer, we would like not to shove Smalltalk hard in your face. There is Smalltalk there, but it's a little bit more auxiliary.
You're going to end up driving this through wizards, right, eventually, the way Ruby does it.
Which is.
Well, no, the mapping that's in here, I think my model is going to